the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never.
Hey everybody, good to see you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. All right, the only person I see in chat right now is the cat. What shall I pray for about? Whatever you want to, honey. Whatever you want to. We got 8 people watching, so thank you guys so much for being in here. Make sure y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Hello, Kristen, and thank you so much for the gift. I don't have a music over here to play for you, but thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much, honey. All right, guys, tonight's one of our topics, so that means that we're not going to be on very long, maybe an hour, maybe a few minutes over. I thought this was a good topic to cover. It says needing help or asking for help. I know a lot of people have a hard time asking for help. I am one of those people. I'll go over my story here a little bit later on. Is the shorter version of the reason why I don't ask for help. Tonight we're going to be going over needing help or asking for help. You're not alone. There is support out there. You matter. Support, needing help, asking for help, helping others, mental health, well-being, encouragement, motivation, positivity, good vibes, awareness, and community and support. Thank you so much, Kristen. It means a lot, sweetheart. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get up this information. All righty. All right, let me see if y'all, that comment, sorry about that. Can y'all see those letters okay? Or do they need to be a little bit bigger? I'm trying to make it just a hair bit bigger for y'all. Okay. This is from Very Well Mind, which we cover a lot over on the topics. And it says, self-improvement. I need help. What to do if you feel this way? If you're dealing with emotionally taxing challenges in your life, it can be difficult at times to know where to turn. When you've reached a point where you say to yourself, I need help, finding someone to share your troubles and find real solutions is essential. This article explores some of the steps you can take if you feel like you need help. It covers why you might need help, where you can find help, and some strategies you can use to help yourself feel better. Reasons you might need help. There are many different reasons why you might need someone to help you. Every person faces unique challenges and many different factors, ranging from your personality to your support system, can play a part in determining the type of help you need. Many situations may lead you to reach out for help. Some of these include mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, or addiction, difficult life events such as the death of a loved one, a divorce, or losing your job, relationship difficulties, trouble coping with stress, feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, or helpless, experiencing abuse or violence, stress or bullying in the workplace, significant life changes such as moving to a new place, feeling lonely, isolated, or rejected, chronic health conditions. If you're experiencing any of the above issues, it's essential to reach out for help. There's no shame in admitting that you need assistance, as it takes a great deal of courage. Ignoring the problem will not make it go away. In many cases, doing so will only worsen the situation. Unfortunately, many people who need help don't get the assistance they need, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH. 52.9 million adults in the U.S. have some type of mental illness, but only 24.3 million, or less than half, receive mental health services for the condition. Yes, you can say a prayer to yourself, Cat. Just pray for everybody. What type of help do you need? It can also be helpful to think about the kind of support you need in a situation. Sometimes help might focus on offering emotional support. In other cases, you might need practical support to manage different aspects of your daily life. Types of support that you might look for include emotional support. Let's see. This type of help, emotional support, this type of help can come from friends, family members, or therapists. It involves talking about your feelings and experiences to gain a better understanding of them. Practical support, this type of help can involve assistance with day-to-day tasks such as childcare, cooking, or transportation. It can also include help with financial matters or housing. Informational support, this type of help entails receiving information about all available resources such as support groups or counseling services. It can also involve learning more about a particular issue that you're struggling with. Once you determine the type of help you need, you can start looking for resources that can provide it. In some cases, you may find that you need multiple kinds of support, which may require more than one solution. Reaching out for help is an essential first step in managing difficulties in your life. With the right kind of support, you can begin to find solutions and make positive changes. Hello, Kylie. Good to see you, sweetie. I hope you're doing well. Well, this is some good, useful information to listen to, honey. How to find help. If you need help, there are many different resources that you can turn to. The first step is to reach out to your friends and family. Let them know what's going on and how they can assist you. If you don't feel comfortable confiding in those closest to you, consider talking to a Cleggery member, counselor, or a therapist. Here are some places to start. Talk to your healthcare provider. If you're feeling physically ill or notice significant changes in your mood or behavior, first step should always be to consult a medical professional. They can help rule out any potential underlying health issues and provide guidance on steps to take the next. Oh, thank you so much, FarQ. Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you, darling. Hello, Miss Gail. How you doing, darling? Good to see you. Connect with a therapist, counselor, and another mental health professional can provide emotional support and guidance as you work through your challenges. Therapy can provide an objective sounding board as well as tools and techniques for dealing with life's difficulties. A therapist can help you work through past traumas, process current stressors, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Oh, thank you so much, FarQ, for the gifted membership. Thank you so much, darling. I wish I had some music to play, but I'll eventually get there. Whoever had the gifted membership, make sure y'all say thank you to FarQ. I appreciate it, FarQ. Thank you so much. So good to see you, Miss Gail. So good to see you, darling. Reach out to a support group. Attending a support group can provide you with emotional and practical support from others dealing with similar issues. If you're struggling with addiction, grief, or another problem, there are often others who have been through similar experiences. Connecting with a supportive group can provide much needed validation, understanding, and advice. It's all right, Miss Gail. It's okay, darling. Talk to a friend or a family member. Sometimes all you need is someone to talk to who will listen. If you're feeling down, reach out to a trusted loved one for a heart-to-heart conversation. Like I tell you guys, I'm here for each and every one of you guys. I'm not a counselor. I'm not, doctor. I'm not nothing like that. I'm just a genuine person that wants to be there for each and every one of you guys. So please don't hesitate. I might not understand what you're going through, but I can be there for you and give you advice and listen to you and just support you. That's what it's all about, guys. Oh, thank you so much, FarQ. She gifted another one. I wish I had some music to play. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much, honey. So sometimes all you need is someone to talk to or listen. If you're feeling down, reach out to a trusted loved one for a heart-to-heart conversation. I know I just read that. Sorry, guys. Loved ones can also be a great source of referrals if you are still interested in talking to a doctor or a therapist. Call a helpline. Calling a hotline can give you access to someone who can provide immediate assistance in a crisis. When you need someone to talk to outside your personal circle, many national helplines are available 24/7 that can help. These organizations can provide you with information about local resources in your area. Thank you so much, FarQ. It means a lot, darling. Now, guys, before we go over this, I did get something in the mail today. And they are, well, if I can get it, because it's a magnet. Let me make mine a little bit bigger. It's a magnet. Well, hold on, guys. And I don't have a whole lot of them. But if y'all would like one, let me know. And send me your address through the email or Facebook or whatever, and I will send you one. It's a magnet. It's actually pretty good size. It's the size of my hand. It says 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. There is hope. Talk with us. If you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't have the best.
Hey guys.
There it is. But I mean, it's a pretty good size magnet. You can put it on your
Refrigerator.
turn it on your refrigerator or anything like that. It's about the size of my hand. Well, if I could turn, I'm trying to let you guys see.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. There is hope. And like I said, I don't have a lot of them, but I got some in the mail today. So if anybody wants any, just send me an email, and I'll just send you. It's a magnet you can put on your fridge or give it to somebody that might need it or whatever. It's good, useful information for anybody.
Never mind, I forgot.
That might need it, but there is hope, guys. All right, hold on just a second. Let me fix this. On it. All right. Yeah, just like I said, if you would like one, I don't have a lot of them, but I would like to hand them out to people if they would like one to put on the fridge or hand to somebody or, whatever. It's just useful information and letting people know that they're not alone in this world. Unalive. If you're having unalive thoughts, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988, which we just covered that, for support and assistance from a trained counselor. If you or a loved one are in immediate danger, call 911. I can't even talk. Call 911. Substance abuse addiction. If you or a loved one are struggling with abuse or addiction, contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA, National Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. This is United States. I'm sure there is, if anybody's overseas, if they, I'm sure there's some kind of line over there too. I just don't know what it is, guys. I apologize. But you could probably find it on Google if you needed it. For information on, at 1-800-662-4357 for information on support and treatment facilities in your area. Mental health conditions, general mental health, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, etc. If you or a loved one are struggling with mental health condition, contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration National Helpline, what we just covered, 1-800-662-4357 for information on support and treatment facilities in your area. Child abuse. If you are a victim of child abuse or know someone who might be, call or text the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-422-4453 to speak with a professional crisis counselor. Domestic violence. If you or a loved one are a victim of domestic violence, contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 for confidential assistance from trained advocates. Disaster distress. If you experience stress, anxiety, or other symptoms as a result of a natural or man-made disaster, contact SAMHSA Disaster Distress Helpline at 1-800-985-5990 for crisis counseling. Eating disorders. If you or a loved one are coping with the eating disorder, contact the National Eating Disorder Association, NEDA, helpline for support at 1-800-931-2237. SA. If you are a survivor of SA, you can contact the RAINN, RAINN, National SA Hotline at 1-800-656-4673 to receive confidential support from a trained staff member at a local RAINN affiliate. LGBT. If you're seeking support for issues with coming out, relationships, bullying, self-harm, and more, contact the LGBT National Hotline. Thank you so much, FurQ. Have a wonderful night, honey. Much love to you, darling. At 1-888-843-4564 for one-on-one peer support. LGBTQ youth in crisis. If you're a young person in crisis, you can contact the Trevor Project at 1-866-488-7386 for support. If you are or a loved one are in immediate danger, please call 911, guys. Runaways. If you're a runaway or homeless young person, you can contact the National Runaway Safe Line at 1-800-786-2929 for judgment-free support. Veterans and service members. If you are a loved one or a veteran or a service member in crisis, you can call the Veterans Crisis Line at 988 to speak with a specially trained VA responder. If there's immediate danger, call 911. Hello, hippie grandma. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Now, those numbers I just covered, guys, is for anybody that, it's just useful information if anybody might need them. This live's never going to go nowhere, so y'all can always go back to it. Try online resources. Hey, Chicken Snake, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Many online resources are available that can provide information and support. For example, there may be websites that provide information and education about the specific problem you are facing. There are also several mental health apps that can be useful for finding support and self-help. For more mental health resources, see our National Helpline database. Tips for coping when you need help. In addition to reaching out to others for help, there's also steps you can take to help and care for yourself. It's important to be patient with yourself as you work through difficult times. Make sure to give yourself time to rest and recover, which is very important, guys. Here's some additional tips. Take care of your physical health. When you're under stress, it's more important than ever to take care of your physical health. Be sure to eat a healthy diet, exercise regularly, and get enough sleep. These simple steps can help improve your mood and energy levels. Avoid using alcohol or drugs. It's tempting to self-medicate or medicate when you're feeling down, but alcohol and drugs will only make your problems worse in the long run. If you're struggling with addiction, seek professional help. Seek out positive influences. Spend time with people who make you feel good about yourself and help you see the bright side of life. These positive influences can provide much needed support during tough times. Do something that makes you happy. Make time for activities that bring joy into your life, whether it's reading, listening to music, spending time in nature, or something else entirely. Do what makes you feel good. Practice gratitude. When you're feeling low, it can be helpful to remind yourself of the good in your life. Expressing gratitude can help you refocus on the positive and find strength during challenging times. It could also help combat feelings of anxiety and depression. Be kind to yourself. It's important to be gentle with yourself when you're going through a tough time. Allow yourself to feel whatever emotions you're experiencing, and don't be too hard on yourself. If you need to take things one day at a time. Avoid negative self-talk. Be mindful of the things you say to yourself. Avoid putting yourself down and try to focus on positive thoughts and self-affirmations. Working on accepting emotions. Practicing emotional acceptance can have positive impact on your mental well-being. Don't try to fight your emotions or push them away. Instead, allow yourself to experience them fully and work on letting them go when you're ready. Acknowledging that you need help is a sign of strength, not weakness. If you're struggling, know that you are not alone and there is help available. These tips can get you started on the path to recovery and healing. A word from Very Well. If you need help, there are a number of different places that you can turn. Depending on the nature of your problem and the type of support you need, certain resources will be more helpful than others. Some people prefer to seek out help from friends or family members, while others prefer to talk to a therapist or counselor. There is no right way to get help. Ultimately, the most important thing is finding a resource that feels comfortable for you and confident about. All right, that's the first one, guys. Like I said, this is not these topic lives are not really massively long. All right, here's some more from Very Well Mind. Hello, Nightbot. He or she is working overtime, I'm telling you. Please help me. What to do when you need help? Wish this black screen would come off there. It'd be wonderful. Give me a minute, guys. I got these stinking here. Let me close this out for a minute. Let me get this ad out of the way. Give me just a minute, guys. And what y'all think about the first information we went over? Well, if I can close this out, it'd be lovely. Hello, PCT. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. Hold on just a second, guys. It'll all pull up. I'm just waiting for the stinking ad to skip. What in the world? There it is. Okay. Okay. It says, please help me. What to do when you need help? Stress management. We just went over that. Do you feel like you need help and don't know where to turn? If you hit the point of wanting to ask for help or the thought, please help me, keeps running through your mind, it's likely that you've hit some sort of crisis point in your life and don't know how to deal with your situation. You probably know something is wrong in your life, but feel as though you need advice or direction to put you at ease and give you hope that your problem can be solved. If this is a situation that you're in, know that there are steps you can take to get the help that you need to start feeling better. What are you feeling? If you keep thinking, please help me, the first step is to ask yourself exactly what you're experiencing in the moment. What feelings or thoughts are coming up that have left you feeling this way? You can get clear about the emotions you are experiencing. Then it will be easier to explain to others what you're going through. In turn, this will make it easier for others to be able to help you or give you direction. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully your eye's doing better and healing. Here are some possible painful and challenging emotions that you might be experiencing that have left you feeling as though you need help from someone. Anxiety, panic, worry, fear, sadness, depression, grief, loneliness, anger, self-hatred, stress, shock, pain, hopelessness, helplessness. Says if you're not exactly sure what you're feeling, try writing in a journal about what's going on that has left you feeling this way. Try not to overthink it and just write as things come to you. Keep writing until you dig deep enough to get the emotions that you're experiencing or how you have been feeling about what's going on. Once you have a better idea of your emotions, you'll be able to describe them to someone else when you ask for help. Well, prayers, Joe. Hopefully your pain gets better. What is wrong? Beyond being able to articulate the emotions that you're experiencing, it might also be helpful to be able to describe to someone what has caused you to feel this way. While you're not always being aware of the reasons for how you are feeling, other times there might be a clear trigger or situation that's causing you concern. You're welcome, Joe. Excuse me, guys. Below are some potential causes of feeling as though you need help. Job loss, job insecurity, stressful working conditions, traumatic events, underlying mental health conditions, example, depression, personality disorder, financial stress, problematic relationships, moving to a new place, major life changes, having your first child, example, experiencing discrimination, bullying or harassment, loneliness or isolation, addiction, abuse, or addiction, substance abuse, rejection, abuse, or neglect. Hello, Jeffrey. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. These are just examples of things that might be causing you to feel as though you need help. If you haven't already, take a moment to write down all the things that are creating this feeling in your life. Having a list of what's wrong or what your feelings are will make it easier to focus on how you can start feeling better. You could also rate each area of your life on a scale of 1 to 10 to see which are the lowest for you and potentially causing you to feel as though you need help. Where to find direction. Once you identify the emotions that you are experiencing and the potential triggers or causes contributing to how you are feeling, you might be wondering how to go about getting help, finding advice, or getting some direction. While Googling your problems might be a good first step to finding answers or finding others who have been through something similar, there are many more options for reaching out for help. Below are some ideas of steps you can take to find help. Friends and family. An obvious place to start is to tell a friend or family member about how you've been feeling. Just being able to vent your frustrations or get them out in the open might be enough for you to start to feel better. If you do find that you are feeling better, make a point of talking to someone on a regular basis so that you don't keep feelings bottled up. Isolation can make negative emotions worse, so it's best to avoid isolating yourself. Listening services. If you don't have anyone close to you that will lend a listening ear, or if you're not ready to talk to anyone, you could consider using a listening service such as 7 Cups. While the listeners on the other end are not professionals, they are trained to listen and respond in a way that helps you to work through your frustrations and problems. Crisis lines and helplines. What if your situation is dire or urgent? In these cases, your first step should be to reach out to a crisis line or helpline. In the United States, call 988 for free and confidential support if you are in a distress or crisis. If you're experiencing a medical emergency, then you should call 911 or your local emergency room. Local emergency number. Support groups. Are you struggling with a problem for which there are support groups to help? If so, consider joining one of these groups to talk with others who have gone through the same things as you. Being able to talk about your problems with others who understand will help you feel less alone with your struggles. Professional help. In some situations, you may find that reaching out for professional help is appropriate. For example, if you are looking for help because of physical or psychological issues that aren't related to an identifiable situational trigger, you might need the help of a professional to discern what is going on. If you do have a diagnosable physical or mental health condition, receiving treatment in the form of therapy or medication could be the first thing you need to turn your situation around. If this is your situation, reaching out to your family doctor is usually the best first step. Your doctor will ask questions about your symptoms, including their nature, duration, and severity. They may then take a referral to an appropriate specialist if needed. Community groups. If your need for help centers around a feeling of loneliness or not having anyone to talk to, joining a local community group could be helpful. For example, you could find a local club to join, such as book club or knitting club. You could also attend a local church or volunteer with a local non-profit organization. The key is to keep showing up and spending time around the same people. Eventually, those people will start to feel more like friends. Mentors, teachers, or religious leaders. Another option for asking for help is to reach out to a religious leader, teacher, or other potential mentor whom you already know or with whom you've already had connection. While it might feel awkward sharing your feelings, know that these individuals are in these positions because of their desire to help. At the very least, they can likely point you in the direction of where to receive more help if you're specific concerns. Introspection or meditation. What if you're not ready to reach out for help? Or what if you feel as though you like to go it on your own? you're on a bit longer. This might be practicing meditation, journaling about your feelings, or completing a self-help I can't even talk, workbook. This option is best suited for two problems that are not urgent in nature. It's also best if you have a good ability to think deeply about what's troubling you and also a motivation to work on solutions. How to feel more at ease. In addition to reaching out for help from others, you may want to consider coping strategies that you can use on your own to feel better when you have that out of control feeling that you need desperate help. While you can't control what happens to you or your underlying propensity towards mental health issues, how you live your day to day life can have an impact on how you feel. For example, if you react to anxious feelings, this often creates more anxiety than if you simply wrote out the anxiety like a wave reaching shore. Below are some ideas of actions that you can take or self care strategies you can put into place to help prevent that feeling of overwhelm that leaves you desperately needing help. Relaxation. If your need for help is combined with a feeling of anxiety and panic, then you'll want to do things to help calm yourself down. Ideas include practicing deep breathing from your diaphragm, making yourself a cup of chamomile tea, and listening to relaxation meditation recording. Distraction and enjoyment. Sometimes when your mind has run away with the worst case scenario, it can be helpful to distract yourself or do something that you enjoy, if only to get some perspective or distance from what is bothering you. Below are some ideas of things you could do as a distraction or for enjoyment. Obviously, you want to choose activities that are enjoyable to you or that will help you to take your mind off the current situation. Watch an interesting television series or movie. Read a fictional book set in a faraway place. Meet up with friends in a new spot. Play a game of badminton or another sport you enjoy. Try your hand at a new form of painting. Listen to some uplifting music. Go for a walk somewhere new. Write a short story, poem, song, or novel. Try your hand at drawing. Healthy habits. If you struggle with your mental health, one of the best things that you can do is practice healthy habits. These are things that help both your physical and mental health and help to regulate your brain chemistry to keep you feeling good. Below are some ideas of healthy habits that you could start to practice. Take a multivitamin or supplement, see your doctor to assess whether you are deficient. Get outside in nature. Go for a walk. Sunlight helps to provide vitamin D and reduce risk for depression. Get regular exercise to raise your endorphins and feel better. 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. Stick to a regular sleep schedule and practice good sleep hygiene. No screen time 1 hour before bed. No devices in the bedroom. Eat a healthy diet. Schedules. If depression is a part of what's causing you pain, then sticking to a regular schedule as much as possible will be helpful. This includes eating regular meals, showering regularly, being productive every day, whether that means going to work or some other task, no matter how small it may seem, and sticking to a sleep schedule. Self-talk. It can be tricky to decipher whether your situation is causing you pain or if your thoughts about your situation are the culprit. Often it's a combination of the two, but in many cases your thoughts are the only thing that you have control over. Well, that's good, Jeffrey, honey. That's good to hear. Watching your self-talk and monitoring it for negative thinking patterns can be a helpful self-help strategy for managing negative emotions. For example, you might have a pattern of believing that because you experience a particular emotion, it must mean that there's something wrong or that you should feel a certain way. This is particularly true if you live with the mental health conditions like depression or anxiety that can cloud your judgment and make it hard to see beyond your anxious or depressive thoughts. Hold on, guys, I gotta get a sip of drink. Make sure y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe if y'all haven't done so. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Remember that thoughts are not facts. One thing to remember is that your thoughts are not necessarily accurate, and they do not define who you are or how you choose to react. You can, in fact, choose to view your thoughts as products of your mind that you, as a detective, can be curious about and ask questions about. This means doing a bit of work, such as writing down your negative thoughts when you notice that you are having a negative emotional reaction, looking for distortion in your thoughts, and reframing the situation using more realistic thinking patterns. While this can take some time to do, over time and with practice, it will become easier and feel more natural to catch your negative thoughts and replace them quickly. Expressing feelings, another self help strategy that can be helpful if you struggle with a lot of negative emotions, is to find a way to express or release your negative emotions, such as sadness or anger. Creative pursuits, such as playing an instrument, painting, or writing poetry, can be one way to let out sadness. In the case of anger, more physical pursuits such as sports or exercise may be effective for releasing adrenaline and pent up feelings. Hold on just a second, guys. Excuse me, guys. I can't get this stinking cough to go away at all. Sorry about that. Gratitude. It can be easy to slip into the feelings of never having enough in your life, particularly if you are struggling with problems that are weighing you down. However, learning how to practice daily gratitude will go a long way towards making you more appreciative of what you do have that's good. This type of practice will serve you well even when you no longer feel as though you are drowning. Below are some ideas on how to incorporate gratitude into your daily life. At the end of each day, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Go into detail and write some of the reasons you are grateful for them, or you can write about 3 things that went well that day. Before bed each night, imagine waking up the next only having the things that you were grateful for the night before. Watch how this causes you to quickly run through a gratitude rampage where you list everything that you would not want to live without. Each morning when you wake up, ask the universe or whatever spiritual body you believe in, show me how it gets better. Then your job throughout the day is to be on the lookout for how things are getting better. Acceptance. Another way to move beyond your problems is to accept them fully. This doesn't mean that you accept your circumstances or that you don't try to solve problems. Rather, it means that you accept and acknowledge whatever problems you are facing. Understand that they do not define who you are and what you can accomplish. Mindfulness. Are you struggling with staying in the moment or being mindful when you feel as though you need help? Practicing mindfulness exercises such as imagining your thoughts as leaves floating down the river can help. In general, stopping several times a day to be really present in the moment instead of thinking about the future or the past will help you be more mindful. Physical environment. Often your physical environment will be a reflection of how you are feeling on the inside. However, you can also work backwards and clean up your physical environment so that it starts to make you feel better. This might be easier said than done if you are struggling with mental health conditions like depression. However, just doing a little bit each day can add up to bigger changes than you might expect. New perspective. Sometimes the things you need most is a change of scenery or change of perspective. While this might not always be possible, if you can, try to change something in your life to give yourself a break or see the things in a different light. Below are some potential ideas on how to change things up or get some perspective. Ask for a leave of absence from work. Take a class to learn something new. Go somewhere you've never been before. Make new friends or expand your social circle. Move to a new place or take a vacation. Dress differently than you normally would. Connections. Finally, if you're truly struggling and feeling like you need to help, it's likely that you are in need of more social connection. This could all mean that you are in need of more physical connection. If you don't have a significant other in your life, even having a pet like a dog or a cat to keep you company and snuggle with at night can make a difference. Oxytocin is released when you bond with someone or even a pet that you love. This hormone helps you feel calm, secure, and connected to others. If you do have people in your life but haven't connected with them in a while, a simply hug could go a long way to making you feel better. And if distance or other obstacles prevent this from happening, you can get the same effect by sending them a gift. When to seek help. Talk to your doctor or mental health professional if you experience any of the following. Depression symptoms, including low mood, loss of interest, fatigue, and feelings of worthlessness that last longer than 2 weeks. Changes in your sleep appetite or activity levels. Mental health symptoms that interfere with your ability to function normally in your daily life. Psychological distress that makes it difficult to cope or function. Reliance on unhealthy coping skills to manage stress. Emotional symptoms or behaviors that disrupt healthy relationships. Self-harming behaviors, unalive thoughts or behaviors. Treatment options. If you decide that you need professional help to manage your symptoms, there are a number of different options available. The right intervention depends on factors such as your specific diagnosis and the nature and severity of your symptoms. In many cases, your doctor or therapist may recommend psychotherapy, medication, or a combination of the two. Psychotherapy. There are many different types of therapy, and the approach that is right for you may depend on the symptoms you're experiencing. Some types of therapy you might consider include cognitive behavior therapy or CBT, psychodynamic therapy, humanistic therapy, interpersonal therapy, dialectical behavior therapy or DBT. Medication. Medication may also be prescribed to help you cope with specific symptoms such as anxiety or depression. Some of the most commonly prescribed psychiatric medications include, I'm not going to say them out loud, but y'all can see them on the screen, guys. In most cases, help is available on an outpatient basis. If your symptoms are severe or pose a risk to your well-being, hospitalization is also an option. A word from Verywell. No matter how bad you are feeling right now, know that you are not alone and that millions of other people are feeling the same way. It's not unusual to sometimes feel as though you need help. It's important not to ignore the feeling in the hopes that it will go away. Taking action, even if that just means making an appointment with your doctor, calling a friend, or going for a walk, will help you start feeling as though you have the power to make a change. Because in the end, it's only through you taking action that things will change. For this reason, it's your job to look for solutions. At the same time, those solutions often mean asking for help from others. Start with the smallest step and see if you can't find the help that you need once you get clear on what's wrong, or you're feeling the way you're feeling. And what are you hoping to change? Once you take the first step, you'll likely find that it's easier to take the next steps after that toward feeling better. Okay, there's that one, guys. I know that one was a lot, but that's a lot of information. And then this one is our last one, guys, and it's not massively long. Embarrassment. What makes it so hard to ask for help? And I'll tell you my story. It's kind of short, so we won't be here that long. Growing up, which most of you guys know if you'll not already know, My sperm donor used to be a preacher, and he taught us to never ask for help, or if we asked for help, it would constantly get thrown in our face, like putting us down, thrown in our face. So we had a lot of mental abuse growing up, and that's why it's so hard for me to ask for help. I'm just, I'm like I've told you guys a million times, I'll put my junk on the back burner just to be there for all you beautiful people, because that's just how I am. I've done that my whole entire life. And a lot of people say, well, I'm there for you guys, for you too. Well, I'm not used to that. I'm used to being there for others, because every time that I ask for help, or if I tell somebody or whatever, it always gets thrown back in my face, because that's all I've known. So I just kind of stay to myself. But that's my, short end of the story. Joe said, please keep in mind that my Bible study is tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Central, and I'm doing a Valentine's concert on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. I sure will, Joe. Mercy and acceptance are free gifts from God Himself and the way forward. What makes it so hard to ask for help? Asking for help is an essential aspect of emotional strength. Emotional strength defined, being resourceful. We are inherently social. Sorry, guys, I got this really bad cough. I apologize. We are inherently social beings, yet most people who have grown up in individualistic cultures like the United States are often raised with the belief that relying on others and asking for help is a burden to others and makes you seem emotionally weak. Despite these views, there's ultimately very little that any of us do to succeed fully on our own, even if that is hard to acknowledge. You need both independence and dependence, not one or the other. Our need to be alone and to pursue our individual goals must be balanced with our need to be helped, to be with others, and when necessary to request for help. This is from Psychology Today, guys, which we use a lot too. As a quick reminder, I'm covering the 2 key aspects of emotional strength. In the previous post, I discussed the first part of what it takes to experience yourself as emotionally strong, that of being capable. I suggested that your sense of being or feeling capable of facing life's challenges emerges out of your experiences of effectively handling 8 unpleasant feelings: sadness, shame, helpless, anger, embarrassment, disappointment, frustration, and vulnerability. These are the most common everyday spontaneous feeling reactions to things not turning out the way you need or want. Emotional strength defined, being resourceful. Being resourceful is the second defining element of emotional strength. It involves embracing the dependent side of your nature. It takes feeling vulnerable, courageous, and comfortable enough within yourself to recognize when you need help. When you're able to do that, you are more apt to openly and genuinely acknowledge your specific needs and limitations. This acknowledgement enables you to take the next most essential move, that of asking for help. Asking for help is a part of what it takes to be emotionally strong. Asking opens the door to the last step, to receive graciously. It is appropriate to absorb what is good and to feel grateful for the appreciation and support of others. When others extend their assistance, wisdom, availability, time, talents, or enthusiasm to you, unquestionably, they are given of themselves. Gracious receipt of their generosity not only meets whatever needs you may have, it also honors them. When you allow yourself to receive, you have reached that harmonious balance between independence and dependence. Relying on others, experiencing needs, and limitations and asking for help are all part of being emotionally strong and of the human experience as at large. Asking for help is not a burden nor a sign of weakness. It's a sign of humanness. Being capable and resourceful are necessary in order to develop true emotional strength, confidence, and a sense of well-being. It involves accepting both parts of our nature, independent and dependent, and our ability to pursue things independently and deal with the upsets and downturns that demand we be capable, and our willingness to be comfortable with our feelings of and need for being dependent. Ah, good to see you, Mama Digger. I hope you're doing well, love. I sent you something on your Facebook earlier. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Ah, member for 2 months. Woot woot. Good to see you, love. Says leaning on others, so we ask for and receive the help we generally need. It is not one or the other, it is both. When you stay well connected to your friends and family, let others really know you. When you are willing to lean on those who offer their help and support, you become more centered and calmer. That sense of inner peace is another outgrowth of emotional strength. Believing you are capable and resourceful means you possess the emotional resources to go after the dreams and goals you have set for yourself, and that you possess the courage to ask for help when needed. All right, guys. So, what did y'all think about the information that I went over? Oh, thank you so much, PCT. Like I said, hopefully I'll have music soon. But thank you. I'll go do 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 do. Thank you so much, PCT, darling. It means a lot, honey. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but I truly appreciate it. Oh, we miss and love you too, Mama Digger. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about, did y'all go through when I went through as a child, or, was you taught not to ask for help because it always got through in your face? Tell me what y'all's thoughts are. Yeah, I seen it. Jeffrey. Thank you. Always open for counsel and prayer. Well, thank you so much, Decat. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was terrible. Like I said, growing up, you don't ask for help. You figure it out on your own. Or if you do ask for help, then you get chastised. You get everything thrown in your face because you asked a person for help. Even if it wasn't, money help. If it was just somebody to talk to, you was afraid to open up because that's what you was taught. Don't ask nobody for help because it always gets thrown in your face, and you always have to pull that knife out of the back of your back, and it sucked. I wasn't taught either way, but my mom told me often knowledge is power. Absolutely. That's a good one too, PCT, honey. But it sucked. It really was terrible. So I don't never ask for help, and, and I stay to myself. Absolutely. I completely understand what you're talking about, Mama Digger. Yeah, you too. If you ask for help, it's kind of like you get a smack in the face in a way. You don't, but you do. It's like what, and people look at you like, huh? That person just asked me for help. So I've told you guys from the get-go, and y'all have heard me say this a million times. I'll put all my junk, and I have a lot of mental, but I try not to let it affect me I mean, it affects me, don't get me wrong, but I try not to let it affect me on this live because I don't want to put nobody down. A lot of people say, well, you suffer with all that, but you don't act like you do, or you don't see, you seem like a very good person. And I always come back, y'all don't know what people are going through. That people hide stuff good. And I'm not saying, and this ain't me, this is me to a T, but the demons are very, very hard to cope with sometimes, So I've told each and every one of you guys from the get-go, I'll put all my hell on the back burner just to be there for each and every one of you guys. I might not understand what you're going through, but I can be there for you. I can lift you up. It's just nice to have somebody to talk to that's trustworthy, that won't sit there and stab you in the back and tell somebody else and all that junk. That's just bullshit. We're all grown people, and life's too short. So when you're going to be there for somebody, be there for somebody. Whatever the case may be. If you say you're going to do something, then you need to do it, And yeah, absolutely, people are so judgmental, and it's awful. If anybody asks for help, it's awful. It's why kids today can't do anything now. They're not learning how to do something. Yep. That's true too, honey. And that's true too. It's awful. And I just thought this was an excellent topic to talk about because, it don't matter who you are. Everybody. And, whether you're overseas or here in the United States or wherever you're at in the world, everybody needs some sort of help. And I know it's hard as hell, trust me, to ask about it because you're afraid that, you're scared that, people are going to be judgy to you and stuff. But, everybody needs help, whether it's supportive help, just any type of help out there. And, if you can't find a friend or family member that won't be judgmental, you can always go to a counselor or something like that, or a preacher or a priest or whatever you believe in, and see if they might be there for you. But unfortunately, in my opinion, there's a lot of people out there that don't know the meaning of being true. When you say that you're going to do something, you do it, and don't matter what it is. You say that you're going to do something, be true to your word and do it. Like I've told you guys from the get-go, I'm here for each and every one of y'all. Each and every one of y'all, no questions asked, because I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone in this world, because trust me, you're not. Have a good night, hippie grandma. I love you, honey. I absolutely am too, honey. I absolutely am too, Digger Duck. So, I mean, and life is too short, and some people just love the negativity and the drama. It's ridiculous. But, I just think you need to live a positive life. Be there for people if you can. A lending ear or a phone call or being in person or a hug and just not saying anything. Stuff like that just means a lot to a person. And they won't forget that, They won't forget what you did for them. Kristen said, I raised 3 kids as a single parent, one with life-threatening illness. If I asked for help, it was used to throw back in my face, so I stopped asking for help. I know it's it's terrible. It's terrible. And, unfortunately, everybody needs help when everybody does one day in their life. I mean, we're all human. We make mistakes. We have flaws. We're not perfect. But it is extremely hard to ask for help because people are so damn judgmental. It's ridiculous. Like, nobody's better. I've always told you guys this too. Nobody's better than nobody. Nobody is. It don't matter how much money you have. Money, you can't take it with you when you go. But nobody's better than anybody. Nobody. I mean, Jeez, like I've told y'all too, there could be a millionaire out there and he or she has all these friends. Well, the only reason they have all them friends is because those ain't true friends. They're only around because you have all the money. So they're going to be there to see what they can get off of you. And if they can't get off of you, then they're leaving. If they do get off of you and all the money goes, then they're leaving too. And that's not what it's about. You got to be a true person. Whether some, kind of like, if somebody's rich, poor, sickness, health, kind of like the wedding vows, but I'm talking more like friendship and family vows. You're supposed to be there for one another. You're supposed to lift people up. You're supposed to, be a difference in somebody's life. This world would be such a better place if people would just quit with the negativity, stay true to their word, and quit being so damn judgmental. Kristen said, my son was on a feeding tube and oxygen, and he was in and out of hospital constantly. So I'd end up dragging all three of my kids to the hospital because if I ask someone for help, they expect something in return when I already had a full plate. Always praying, no demands, just honesty and respect for God and His word to us. Absolutely, Decat. I mean, like I just want that, stuff like this is my passion, and I feel, in my heart that people, hopefully somewhere down the line or whatever, people are getting, support and awareness and information they need over what we're going on through here. Like I said, I'm not no better than nobody. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a doctor, nothing like that. I'm just somebody that suffers with mental health and has always been there for people and wants to continue being there for people, and like I said, I can relate. I might, I suffer with PTSD, okay, but everybody has, the people that have PTSD, there's different forms of PTSD. So I might have PTSD over something, and so I might have PTSD over something totally different, but you could still be there for each other and lift each other up, Now, is your son okay now, Kristen? Sorry about that, guys. I swear if I can't get this congestion or whatever up. I think your son's doing better now, isn't he, Kristen, honey? Yeah, I just thought that this was, good, useful information. And, we ain't going to be on here much longer. But I just thought that this information was good information. And one of the websites I went all over, it had some very important numbers. So please, if you need them, that's why I called them out. That's why we're going over this stuff in here. It's to be a difference and help those, help those out and support one another and let people know they're not alone. No, he has lead disease. It's a mitochondrial disease, so we don't know what the future holds. We live and appreciate every day God gives him to us. Thank you so much, Joe. It means a lot. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm glad I came by for this, my friend. Thank you for sharing all the great information. I believe it is really helpful to many. I believe so too. I really, really do. We're going to make a difference, and I really, truly appreciate your words, Joe, my friend. It means a lot. You have a wonderful night, and take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon, okay? God bless you too, and hugs. Have a wonderful night, brother. But yeah, I'm getting ready to jump off here, guys. Like I said, these are not really long topics because it's more talking. But Rebel said that he goes live tomorrow. I think it's at 8 or 8:30. And I cannot remember what he's covering, but if y'all haven't subbed up, please do so. It's Tattooed Rebel 2229. If y'all are watching the replay, please hit the like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And, I always say this before I go. You never know what people are going through. You don't know what they've been through in their life. You don't know what they're currently going through. So just be kind to one another. It doesn't cost one penny to be kind to one another. That's going to make a difference in this world that we live in, guys. I mean, I feel it in my heart. Any bit will make a difference. Anything. Because people will never forget what you did for them. Or an act of kindness that it doesn't cost anything to be kind to one another. Oh, bless his heart, Kristen. I hate to hear that. He looks exactly like you, though. I think your daughter does, too. I think both your daughters, actually. I'm sorry. I think all your youngins look like you. But yes, y'all have a wonderful night. Prayers and love to each and every one of you guys. If y'all need me, please don't hesitate to reach out and email me. If y'all would like one of those magnets, like I was saying, please send me your address to my email or Facebook, and I will send you out a magnet, and I will show it to y'all one more time. A magnet. Well, it's a crisis line, 988 crisis lifeline. There is hope. Magnet. And I will send you one out. It's about the size of my hand, so it wouldn't cost maybe a postage stamp. I don't care, not one bit, if y'all want one. I don't have a lot of them, but I have enough, to hopefully hand out to a lot of people. I mean, not a lot of people, but people that need it. So if y'all want one, please don't hesitate to send me an email or send me a Facebook with your address, and I will ship it out to you. Like I said, I don't think it's a magnet, and it's about the size of my hand, so I don't think it would cost no more than a postage stamp or two. So I mean, I don't care, if we can get these out and to people and be a difference and let them know, that there is hope. If they're afraid to talk to anybody, you can always put this on your fridge, and if anybody ever needs it, or say a friend needs it, or a family member, or whatever, that's what that's used for. So please let me know if y'all want one. Send me an email. There's my email. It's right there. I think I got about like 15 or 20 of them. And if I have any more, I will let you guys know. But there's my email. If y'all want one, just send me your name and address, and I will get you one out. Okay. I just want to be a difference. Get this word out. That there is hope, that you're not alone in this world. And, anybody, that might be some useful information for somebody. You never know. You never know somebody's going through. So, be kind to one another. Be careful with your words, because they might be easily forgiven, not forgotten once they're said. Like I said, people remember what you do and say. People will always remember. So I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. I will see you guys Thursday. Thursdays when me and Rebel go live. We're talking about, I'm not really for sure what we're talking about. But anyway, we're going live Thursday together. And then, of course, I haven't set it up yet, but Friday and Saturday is our karaoke at 10 p.m. Eastern. Not 10:30, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, much love to y'all all, and please reach out if y'all need me. I'm a full-time mom, and I have, it's kind of chaotic, but I don't care not one bit to be there for you guys. I haven't, I'm not one of those people to uphold myself or nothing like that. I've been there for several people since I started this live, and I will continue to be there for you guys. So no questions asked. If y'all need me, I will be there for you guys. So yes, please do, Jeffrey, and I will send you one out, honey. And if you I don't care not one bit. And it's about the size of your hand, and you can put it on your microwave or microwave, Lord have mercy, microwave, refrigerator, whatever. It's a big old magnet. It's not huge, but I mean, it's enough if you needed it. So, yes, please do. And I will send you one out, honey. Okay. And anybody else that might like one, just just send me an email or Facebook or whatever, and let me know. And I don't care to send one out to y'all. But y'all have a wonderful night. Much love to you all and respect. I couldn't do what I did without all you beautiful, amazing people in here. So I truly appreciate the support. It warms my heart to see all you beautiful people on here. So it could, Kristen, honey, I don't know. But I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you again, Kristen, for all the donation, sweetheart. And thank you, FarQ, for gifting memberships. And thank you, FarQ, for being a member for 3 months. And Mama Digger for being a member for 2 months. And PCT, her $4.99 super sticker. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot. Y'all didn't have to do that, but I truly appreciate it. But much love to y'all, and I will see y'all very soon. Okay, have a wonderful night, and be kind to one another. And also, don't go to bed with hate in your heart. Make sure you tell people you love them. So I love you all, and I will see y'all soon. Have a blessed night. Peace.